Okay, viewers, if you're flying in and out of Krabi, internationally or domestically, this is where it's going to happen. Krabi Airport's located 7 kilometers east of Krabi town, 30 kilometers east of Ao Nang by road, and about 70 kilometers east of Phuket Airport in a straight line. The airport was completed in mid-1999 and was built to accommodate 3 million tourists per year, but in 2017 it well and truly exceeded that number, with nearly 4.5 million tourists passing through the airport. And not long after I filmed this video, it was announced in late 2018 that the airport would have a major upgrade to accommodate 5 million tourists per year. So the airport's divided up into 2 terminals. Terminal 1's mostly for international arrivals and departures, and this is where you'll check your baggage in. There's also some domestic baggage check-ins here as well. Terminal 2 caters for all the domestic flights in and around Thailand. So if you're flying to Bangkok or anywhere else in Thailand, this is the terminal you'll want to come to. So here we are outside the airport doors, and there's the famous limestone mountains of Ao Nang. So I'll just do a quick scan around the outside here in front of the doors of the airport, give you an idea what it looks like. There's the door in, and some more of the lovely countryside in the background there. There's some people arriving. Here comes a BART bus full of people. It's a cheap way to get around Krabi. And here I am arriving in the back of a minivan, and this is what it looks like as you arrive at Krabi Airport. So there's the first door that I showed you earlier, and this is the second door we're coming up to, and this goes directly into the check-in area. So the van driver lets everybody out, and then he goes to get all the luggage out the back. So make sure you get all your stuff, don't walk off without it. So once I got my bag, it was time to go into the checkout area, and we'll have a bit of a tour around Terminal 1. So once you walk into the second set of doors here, basically straight ahead is the International Departure Lounge, and down to the right there is the arrival point for international flights. And to the left here is the check-in area, where you bring all your luggage and you check in and they put it on the right flight. And let me tell you, viewers, this place is busy. If you think Krabi Airport's a sleepy little terminal and not much happens and it all goes smoothly, you'd be wrong. It's flat out in here. There's huge queues of people checking in their baggage, and staff aren't to be seen. There's basically no one around to help you or guide you. You just got to work it out yourself. So here we are at the first entrance of the terminal, and check out the crowd. There's a couple hundred people here all trying to check in, beat the clock. But there's nothing you can do, you just got to stand there and wait your turn. Well, seeing that, I figured it was best I checked in as soon as possible, so I got in line, and yeah, it took about 35 minutes for me to actually check my luggage in. So yeah, things moved pretty slow, but eventually the job was done, and I was on my way free to explore the rest of the airport. So the right hand side of Terminal 1 is basically just all ticketing offices, and over on the left hand side upstairs is the departure lounges. So you can arrive at Krabi Airport and walk up to a counter and buy a ticket if you haven't already got a ticket. There's a small chance that you might not be able to get a ticket, but yeah, more than likely you will. And down the end here is a little seating area where you can sit down and rest while you wait to be called for your flight, the boarding call. And there's also food and drinks here, but you'll pay through the nose for them. This is the way to, you go through those doors there to go to Terminal 2, and just to the left here is the arrival area. So if you've arrived on an international flight, you'll get off the plane at the tarmac level and come through the arrival doors and up the escalators, and you're welcome to Krabi. I didn't actually go down and film any content down there, but yeah, it's probably a mistake. Would have been nice to see. They also got these self-check-in machines at Krabi Airport, which seem to be fairly popular. I'm not exactly sure how they work. I prefer to deal with human beings, but yeah, some people were using them. But basically, there's a little scanner there, and you put your passport on the scanner, and it scans your details, and then yeah, you check in somehow. I'm not sure. Also, if you've just arrived at the airport, fresh to Thailand, there's ATMs everywhere in this joint. There's the customs place, and yeah, they got these little baggage wrapping machines. A lot of people are using them these days because there's been a lot of baggage tampering, people putting stuff in your baggage that you shouldn't have. Anyway, the cost 10 baht to weigh your bag, and then they'll wrap it with cellophane plastic for 200 baht. So if you think that's a good idea, then do it there. And here's the little international flight schedule board next to the escalators that go up to the departure lounge. Whenever you buy something in Thailand, you get value-added tax added to it, and you can claim that somehow at the airport. Don't ask me where or how, but apparently it's there. There's a big warning sign here saying not to try to take any shells out of the country. There's a big fine and a prison sentence if you get caught. And before you enter the departure lounge, they try to make you take off your belt. And I had a funny experience with staff, and I'll tell that story at the end of the video if you're interested. So it's time to make our way over to Terminal 2, and you go through those big doors, and this is the little connecting bridge that connects Terminal 1 to Terminal 2. And Terminal 2 is only for domestic flights around Thailand. So as you walk through the doors in Terminal 2, the first thing you notice is it's a lot less chaotic, a lot less people. There's a picture of the late king. They're still mourning him in Thailand. So Terminal 2 is about the same size as Terminal 1. There's just a lot less stuff inside, a lot less check-in areas, ticketing areas, souvenir shops, you know, all that sort of stuff. There's a lot of ATMs though, you'll still be able to get money. And same deal with the baggage wrapping thing, 200 baht to wrap your stuff. And they have a check-in area for some of the smaller airlines like Nok Air and ones like that. You have to be careful because they allow some check-in for domestic flights in Terminal 1, but they won't let you check into some airlines in Terminal 1. You have to go over to Terminal 2 to check in. So it can get a little bit confusing at times. So that's why you should get there fairly early and have enough time to sort out any issues when you get there. So here I am going down the escalators in Terminal 2 to the arrival gates, and that's on tarmac level. And this is where you'll come after you've walked off the plane, down the stairs onto the tarmac, and enter the airport. And this is your baggage collection area, where you'll have to wait who knows how long before your baggage comes off the airplane, and you collect it, and then you head back up the stairs. So once you're at this point, hopefully there's somebody waiting to pick you up for a hotel transfer around here or just outside of here. But if not, there's a lot of options you have to get to where you want to go. And straight in front of you as you come off the escalators, you'll see the taxi stand, the shuttle bus. These guys will take care of you. Well, let me put it this way, they'll take care of you as long as you've got the money. The more difficult it is to get to where you want to go, the more expensive it's going to be. but by far the cheapest option is to take the shuttle bus or a minivan taxi. Only 100 baht to Ao Nang, about 80 baht to get to Krabi town. They'll generally take you to your hotel if you go by minivan, but the shuttle bus, I learned from experience, they'll just dump you on the side of the road. You don't know where you are. So I put this photo up, and you can, if you look closely, you can see all the prices that it'll cost you to get to certain areas. And you can see that they really want a lot of money for some of these short distances. But if you're just going to Ao Nang or Krabi town, I recommend a minivan. They'll take you, make sure they take you exactly where you want to go. And this place here on the right, they rent cars out as well. So if you really want to do your own thing, you want some independence, rent a car there. There's also a currency exchange at this point too. It has all the regular currencies and the standard rates that they're going at the time. So if you need to change some money, you're in luck if you can't get it from your ATM. So I'll show you where the pickup area is. It's right next to the ticketing area for the shuttle bus, and you walk out the doors, and this is where someone will be to pick you up if you've got hotel transfers, or the shuttle bus sometimes parks here, or if you're lucky enough, someone picks you up in a Jag. Who says Thailand hasn't got any money? Another thing too, sometimes you won't find the shuttle bus here. They hide away behind that building, that little building right there in the screen right now. That's where you'll find the shuttle bus parked behind that building. So here's the shuttle bus hiding behind the building, engine running, ready to go. You've just got to walk behind the building to find it. So I told you I had a funny story to tell you about going to the departure lounge. So they announced over the intercom that anyone that was on my flight, it was time to go into the departure lounge. And of course, to get to the departure lounge, you've got to go through the metal detector machine. So I had to completely empty my pockets of all metal items, and that wasn't enough. They wanted me to take my belt off. And I said, no, I'm not taking my belt off. They hold my pants up. But they insisted that I take my belt off. And I said no again. So they said, again, take my belt off. So I could see this was going nowhere, and I could see that they weren't going to let me on the plane till I took my belt off. And I better point out here that this guy's not me. So I took my belt off, and my pants fell down around my ankles. And I don't like to wear underwear, so all my man bits were hanging out, and boy, did they have an attitude adjustment. They couldn't tell me to put my pants on fast enough. They were saying they didn't want my belt, everything was okay, mister, quickly. So they got more than they bargained for, and they learned a valuable lesson that belts are for holding pants up, and yeah, hopefully the next guy gets it a bit easier. I don't know who comes up with these ridiculous rules, but sometimes they are just ridiculous. So viewers, that's just about it for this video. I hope it's helpful in some way. If you're going to Krabi Airport, I hope it's going to make it easier for you to navigate your way around and find the easiest way to get to A to B. So thanks for watching. If there'll be more videos about Krabi in the future. So if this video has been helpful, please help me back by giving me the thumbs up and subscribe. Share the video with your friends, and I wish you all a pleasant and safe journey to Krabi and back home again. Okay guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video. Bye for now.